Hello students, welcome back to SGC online chemistry classes. Well, this is lecture number 7 on the topic states of matter. Well, dear students, in the last class we have collected the information regarding the behavior of real gases. What was the last heading? Behavior of real gases. In short, I have written or completely behavior of real gases. In that we have come to know that all existing gases are real gases. The existence of an ideal gas is just a hypothetical idea. Therefore, the real gases, they deviate from the ideal behavior. The condition is that, real gases behaves like ideal. Real gases behaves like ideal gases, at the condition low pressure, or at high temperature, low pressure and at high temperature. This condition one should remember. So this has appeared in the examination. So what is the condition for a real gas to behave like ideal? Very clear. The condition of low pressure and high temperature. At this condition, do remember, low pressure, high temperature is the condition or is the state at which the real gases behaves like ideal gases. On the reverse, the question also appeared. Real gases deviates. From ideal behavior, from ideal gas behavior. Real gases deviates from ideal gas behavior at high pressure. And at low temperature. So this one must remember very clearly. I do repeat. What is the condition at which the real gases behaves like ideal? It's very clear, low pressure or at high temperature. Low pressure is the condition, high temperature is the condition at which the real gases behaves like ideal. Then what is the condition at which the real gases deviates maximum from the ideal behavior? It is the condition high pressure and low temperature, or else high pressure or low temperature. So this one should remember, which has appeared in the CET NEET examination. Very clearly, these conditions are very important, very important conditions one must remember as appeared in the CET examination. So come on, or else in the theory also, the condition, mention the condition at which the real gases behaves like ideal. Low pressure, high temperature. Mention the condition at which the real gases, they deviate more from the ideal behavior. High pressure, low temperature. That one must remember without any confusion. Come on. So this was the point of conclusion. And in continuation, the deviation of real gases from the ideal behavior, which was studied by one of the parameter, and that parameter was the compressibility factor. Yes, that parameter was what? compressibility factor CF, compressibility factor denoted as Z. So this is defined as PV divided by nRT. Value is obtained as such. It is also same as the molar volume of real gas, that can also be defined as molar volume of real gas, molar volume of real gas at STP, molar volume of real gas at STP divided by molar volume of ideal gas, molar volume of ideal gas, molar volume of ideal gas at STP, at STP. So this is one of the alternate definition for the compressibility factor, and we come to know if Z value is 1, then that indicates the ideal behavior. If it is lesser than 1, it is for the gas, for the real gas, where the intermolecular forces of attraction dominates over the repulsion, and if the Z value is greater than 1, it is for the gases where the intermolecular repulsions are dominates over the attractive forces. So that was the part we had in the last class. Come on, in continuation of this, in continuation of the yesterday discussion, let go to collect the causes. So what are the causes for the deviation? What are the causes for deviation of real gases from ideal behavior? In short, I have written, as yesterday's PVP curve shows that the real gases, they were deviating from the ideal behavior. No real gases is behaving like a ideal, but they were deviating from the ideal behavior. Now let collect what are the causes. What are the causes for the deviation of real gases from ideal behavior? Well, dear students, in the earlier discussion, you have collected around 7 assumptions or postulates of kinetic theory of gases. See here, among the 7 postulates, 2 of the postulates goes wrong. I said a sentence regarding in the later discussion, in the later part we discuss regarding postulate number 4 and postulate number 5 in our discussion. The postulate number 4, which was about the volume of the individual molecule is negligible and comparing with the total volume of the gas. That was the postulate said in the Bernoulli's kinetic molecular theory. And another, there are no intermolecular forces of attraction and repulsion. These are the 2 postulates which were said in the kinetic molecular theory of gases. Those 2 postulates that goes wrong, those are the main causes for the real gases to deviate from the ideal behavior. So what was the point? The cause was, first cause, what it was said, the actual volume of the molecule is negligible. Actual volume of individual molecule is negligible when compared to total volume of the gas, when compared to total volume occupied by gas, when compared to total volume occupied by gas, when compared to total volume occupied by gas. So this holds correct. This holds correct when you take high pressure conditions. This holds correct when it is when the pressure is high. But what happens at the low pressure? This is correct when the pressure is low. I repeat, this statement is correct when the pressure is low. So when low pressure, so this statement goes correct. But when the pressure is high, what happens? The intermolecular distance decreases, thereby the volume decreases. That's why the actual volume of the molecule cannot be ignored. It not going to be ignored at the high pressure conditions. That is why this statement, one of the postulate of the kinetic molecular theory of gases, that holds correct at low pressure, but at high pressure what happens? This statement, actual volume of the individual molecule cannot be ignored at high pressure conditions. Yes, this goes correct. Actual volume of individual molecule is negligible when compared with the total volume of the gas. That goes correct at low pressure conditions. The same statement contradicts at high pressure. At high pressure conditions, the actual volume or the individual volume of molecule cannot be ignored. So this is one of the cause. Second, see what it said. There are no intermolecular forces of attraction or repulsion. See, there are no intermolecular forces of attraction or repulsion. There are no intermolecular forces of attraction or repulsion between the molecules. So this also goes wrong. See, these two statements, they goes wrong at different conditions, at the conditions of high pressure and at the conditions of low temperature. See, this is correct. I mean, actual volume of individual molecule is negligible at low pressure, but at a high pressure, when the volume decreases, the individual volume occupied by individual molecule cannot be ignored. It can't be negligible. It should be considered. This is the point. Now then, coming to the intermolecular forces of attraction or repulsion. See, when the gas is compressed, when a certain amount of gas is compressed by applying a high pressure, see, when they were compressed, you can see the liquefaction of gases like ammonia, carbon dioxide, SO2, SO3. So when they were compressed parallelly by lowering temperature, the gases turn into a liquid. See, if there were no forces of attraction, the gas would have not converted into a liquid. The gas would have not liquefied. There are forces of attraction at the high pressure conditions, and there are forces of repulsion at the low pressure. So this is what, there are no forces of attraction. There may not be no forces of attraction at the low pressure, but when the pressure is high, gas is liquefied. Practically we have seen. That's what these two postulates, postulate number 4 and 5 in our discussion. So that is, actual volume of individual molecule cannot be ignored, and there are no intermolecular forces said. There are forces of attraction at the high pressure, and these two postulates goes wrong at high pressure conditions. And low temperature conditions. This is what the main cause. These are the two main causes for the any real gases to deviate from ideal behavior. So hope you followed it. See, I repeat for a minute of time. So what are the conditions for the real gas to deviate from ideal? The conditions to deviate is high pressure, low temperature. Then what is the condition of real gases to behave like ideal? Low pressure, high temperature. Come on. So what are the two causes for the deviation of real gases from ideal? The two causes are, two of the postulates of the kinetic molecular theory, they goes wrong. They become invalid at high pressure conditions. One is, actual volume cannot be ignored at the high pressure, and actual volume of individual molecule can't be ignored at high pressure. Second, at high pressure there are forces of attraction between the molecule. That is why the gas turn into a liquid. These are the two wrong postulates. These two wrong postulates are the main causes for the real gases to deviate from ideal behavior. These were pointed out by scientist by name van der Waal, and who corrected equation. In the later discussion we shall have it. Come on. After this we go to collect one more important term, what is called boil temperature. Boil or the boil's temperature. So what is that boil temperature? What is boil temperature? Let's see. Boil temperature or boil's temperature. Dear students, it is the temperature. It is the temperature at which the real gases behaves like ideal. Real gases behaves like ideal gas. The temperature at which the real gases behaves like ideal gas, they approach the ideal behavior. That temperature at which the real gases behaves like ideal is nothing but boil temperature. So after this we collect one more equation called van der Waals equation. Come on. Well, students, after collecting the definition of boil temperature, I repeat once again, what is boil temperature? It is the temperature at which the real gases behaves like ideal over a range of pressure. That means at low pressure as well as high pressure, when the real gases they approach like or behaves like ideal, then that temperature is what is called boil temperature. Come on. We shall move to the very next important heading with weightage of 2 marks in the examination, what is called van der Waals equation. Well, dear students, let's understand what is the cause to go. First, collect the cause. With what reason we are supposed to collect the van der Waals equation? Dear students, just now from earlier discussion, you all have come to know that all the gases which are around us are not ideal, they were real gases. You take dinitrogen, dioxygen, carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide, ammonia, etc. Noble gases, all the gases are real gases. They were not behaving like ideal at normal temperature and pressure. We have seen they were deviating from ideal behavior. Then that's why when the gases are not ideal gases, then the ideal gas cannot fit for the existing gases. So we have, what is the ideal gas equation? We have the ideal gas equation. What is that? PV equals to nRT. This is the equation which is fit for ideal gases. When the existing gases are not ideal, instead they were deviating from ideal, means those are real gases. The existing gases are real gases. For the real gas like O2, N2, CO2, SO2, NH3, etc., this equation is not fit. So this equation this cannot fit for the existing gases. That's why van der Waals, the credit goes to a scientist by name van der Waal, who modified by having a correction to this equation. What is that? He made a correction in the ideal gas equation. He made 2 corrections. With those 2 corrections, he gave out a new equation. That equation which is fit for the real gases. Let me extend the heading van der Waals equation for real gases. As the ideal gas equation cannot fit for, as this is not fit for the real gases, since they were deviating from the ideal behavior at normal temperature pressure, so that's what they were deviating at what? At high pressure and low temperature. That's why this equation not fit for the real gases. With that reason, Van der Waal made a correction to this. He made two corrections. He made two corrections for the ideal gas equation. So what are those two corrections? One is pressure correction. One is pressure correction. Pressure correction. He made a pressure correction. So what was the corrected pressure term? See, PV. P was the pressure in the ideal gas equation. So the corrected term P plus what is that? A n square by V or A square by V. P plus A square by V. Sorry. P plus, alright. What is that equation? P plus A by V square. I mean A n square by V. Yes. So this is the pressure correction. So P plus A n square by V. So the corrected term is let me highlight. See. This is the corrected term. A n square by V square. A n square by V square is the corrected pressure term. Instead of P, he made a correction. P plus A n square by V. A n square by V. Come on. So here, this is for n mole of gas. This is for n mole of gas. If it is for 1 mole, this is for what is called n mole of gas, for n moles of gas. N moles of gas. If I substitute n equals to 1, what you get? P plus n equals to 1. So A by V. So P plus A by V. P plus A by V. So A n square by V square. A n square by V square. Make a correction. So what you get is A by V square. So this is for 1 mole. This is for 1 mole. 1 mole of gas. Real gas. Come on. Van der Waal, as the ideal gas equation is not fit for the real gases, Van der Waal made a corrections, namely two corrections. One is pressure correction. So he made a correction P plus A n square by V square for n moles of gas. A n square by V square is the corrected pressure term. For 1 mole, so P plus A by V square, since n equals to 1, A by V square is the corrected term. A by V square is the corrected pressure term for 1 mole. A n square by V square is the corrected pressure term for n mole. So this is the point. Then volume correction. See, what was the volume correction? Come on, let me volume correction. Second correction was the volume correction. So he made a correction, volume correction, second one. What is that? V minus NB for n moles of gas. So the corrected term is NB is the corrected volume term. Is the corrected volume term. V was there in the ideal gas equation, V minus NB. So next, for 1 mole of gas, what do you get? V minus, if n is 1, V minus V for 1 mole of gas. Now try to understand, whose derivation is not required, but understand what is said, P plus A n square by V square. See, as from the postulate we come to know that pressure of the gas is due to what? The pressure of the gas is due to the collision of the molecules over the walls of the container. Now why he has added the corrected pressure term a n square by v square and a by v square? Because see, the molecule which was moving towards the wall to make an impact, so that is going to pulled by an inward attraction, that is going to have an inward pull. So actually with what force it is going to impact, it will not hit with that force. Instead, some part of the force is being attracted, inward pull, or the force that acts in the opposite direction. So that is what he made a correction, what is called a pressure correction, a n square by v square or a by v square. Now v minus mb, see, as the condition is that at the high pressure conditions, what happens? The volume of the individual molecule cannot be neglected. The volume of the individual molecule cannot be neglected. If V is the total volume, then at the high pressure condition, if V is the total volume, then what is the volume occupied by individual molecule is also not neglected. Therefore, V minus B, what B is the corrected volume, the volume occupied by the individual molecule of a gas. That's what NB or B is the corrected volume term. AN square by V square or A by V square is the corrected pressure term. So with this correction, if we substitute those terms in the ideal gas equation, so now what is that? PV equals to nRT, isn't it? This is the ideal gas equation. If we substitute P term and substitution, so what you get? P plus AN square, P plus AN square by V square, P plus AN square by V square into V. What is the volume correction? V minus NV, which is equals to nRT. So this is Van der Waals equation. This is Van der Waals equation for n moles of gas, for n moles of real gas. Do remember, once the question has appeared in the annual examination, write the Van der Waals equation for n moles of gas and mention the terms. So for that question, you are supposed to write. Finally, you need not to have all these points. Direct to write Van der Waals equation for n moles of real gas is P plus AN square by V square, P plus AN square by V square into bracket V minus NB equals to nRT, where P is the pressure, V is the volume, N is the number of moles, R is the universal gas constant or simply gas constant, T is the temperature. A and B are called Van der Waals constants. A and B are called Van der Waals constant, whose value depend upon the nature of the gas. The value of A and B, they differ for different gases. The A and B are called Van der Waals constant. The A and B value they differ for different gases. Come on. So if for 1 mole, if it is asked, write the Van der Waals equation for 1 mole. So let me have a change. It is P plus, for 1 mole, it is A by V square, P plus A by V square into N is 1. So V minus B, P plus A by V square into V minus B equals to N is 1. So RT. So this is the equation. This is the Van der Waals equation for 1 mole of real gas. So depending on the question, you have to modify your answer or frame your answer. So P plus AN square by V square into V minus NB equals to nRT. This is a Van der Waals equation for n moles of real gas. Make it correction. So P plus A by V square, I have substituted N as 1. Therefore P plus A by V square into bracket V minus B equals to RT. This is van der Waals equation for 1 mole of real gas. Come on, where A and B are called van der Waals constants. Where A and B are called van der Waals constant. Where A and B are called van der Waals constants. Van der Waals constants, and they depend the value of A and B. Make a note. The value of A and B. The value of A and B depends on nature of gas. A and B depends on nature of gas. Depends on nature of gas. The value of A and B for methane is different from the value of A and B for oxygen. So they differ for different gases. Come on. Next, as a point of note, you must remember the value of A, which is directly proportional to intermolecular forces of attraction. See, this is directly proportional to intermolecular forces of attraction. Intermolecular forces of attraction. This value depends on intermolecular forces of attraction, and SI unit of A is so if you solve for this equation for A, you will get Newton meter raised to 4 per mole is the SI unit. What is the SI unit of A? The SI unit of A is Newton meter raised to 4 per mole square. Come on, looking forward, what is B depends on? B is directly proportional to molecular size. Is directly proportional to what? Molecular size. Is directly proportional to molecular size, and SI unit of B is so what is the SI unit of B? It is meter cube per mole. SI unit of B is meter cube per mole, that you should remember. The SI unit of A is Newton meter raised to 4 per mole square, and the SI unit of van der Waals correction term B is meter cube per mole. Come on. So, well students, we started with van der Waals equation. Why we need to go for a van der Waals equation? Because the existing gases, they were deviating from the ideal behavior. Then that become necessity to go for a new equation which fit further real gases. So that attempt was made by van der Waals. He made two corrections. One is pressure correction, another is volume correction. The pressure correction was P plus An square by V square. Volume correction was V minus Nv, where the corrected pressure term is An square by V square. Corrected volume term is Nv. Now, after substituting the pressure correction term, volume correction term in the ideal gas equation, we obtain these equation P plus An square by V square into bracket V minus Nv equals to nRT for n mole of real gas, and for 1 mole, the same as asked in the examination, for 1 mole P plus A by V square into bracket V minus Nv equals to RT for 1 mole of real gases. Well students, I conclude today's class with this discussion. In the next we shall collect about the differences between ideal and real gases, followed by some of the part which has removed important in the CET and removed from the theory we shall have in the next discussion. Thank you.